Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to click that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the Galactic family, the GCVs, and Drew Nation. Let's get right into it. Doubt is a narcissistic gaslighter's greatest tool. They'll use it on you to make themselves your everything. You have to watch out when someone is trying to make you doubt your reality. Everyone has the right to feel about themselves how they want to feel. But when people outside looking in try to come in and destroy your perception of yourself, you have to watch out for that because you're being gaslit. When you know certain things to be true about you and the type of person that you are and what you want to do with your life, you have to be careful. And this is why I said in that video, you should make your moves silent. People think that I meant talking to your best friends. If you have a best friend that you can trust, hey, if that's what you feel like doing, by all means. But there are people who will pose as best friends, not to say that you don't have one, but it's better just to tell people, in my opinion, to tell people to do things. It's better to tell somebody once it's already done. But everybody has to see for themselves. I'm just speaking from my own personal experience. Maybe there are some people out there who have some really good friends and they could share things with. Maybe there's some people out there who have some really good people in their life that they could share things with. But there are some people in your life that you go to sharing things with, and because they don't want to get left behind, and because it would you're posing a threat to become something, and if they know it, they will make you question your reality as far as if you're good enough to go do that or not. And it'll be what you're gifted at. It'll be what you know without a shadow of a doubt that you can do effortlessly and easily. But what they'll do is they'll make you think that you don't have any power to do that at all. And that's why you have to be careful depending on who you tell. Some people hold more weight in your life than others. Some people are more important to you and their opinion than what you say to others, what you think about others. All right? So that's why you have to be careful depending on the relationship you have with that person. Everybody's life is different. Some people have to keep some things to themselves because if not, some people will try to ruin that person's plans. They'll try to make you doubt your God-given talents and gifts and what you were put here to do. And you're amazing at it. You're incredible at it. They don't have to support you, but what they'll try to do is they'll try to make you think that you should never even pick it back up. They will try to get you to think in your own mind that you won't become successful at it. You'll never have a chance at it. If you try, you won't even make it. So rather than risk that and tell somebody, hey, this is what I'm doing, and have them program you with failure, have them program you with fear, it's better to just keep your mind already strong and focused on what you're doing because people will try to break you down if you're in their presence. Negativity rubs off. Negative energy can be transferred. There are certain people who know how to manipulate people's minds and try to get them to quit and give up. If you're a good person and not aware of mental manipulation, you may not want to tell certain people certain things. And even when you do become good at figuring out who can manipulate and all that stuff, you probably still wouldn't want to tell them anyway. You don't know who's sending out dark energy over you. You never know who's trying to send a dark cloud your way. But they will make you doubt just more than that. They'll make you doubt your self-confidence. You may be someone who believes in themselves, who thinks that they could achieve anything. Maybe they don't even know what you're trying to achieve. But they'll try to set you up so you go to them for everything. What they'll do is the gaslighting, it makes you doubt yourself in a sense to where you have to go to other people because you don't trust your own ability. They try to break you down and they break some people down to a point to where you don't even feel comfortable making decisions on your own without alerting them first. And I'm just keeping it real. That's the game that they play. They want you to go to them for everything. They want to be your everything. They want to be everything negative in your life, not everything positive. They're posing as positive, but they're hiding behind a positive mask. Yeah, come talk to me. Come tell me more. But what they'll do is they'll use your goodness against you. They'll use your they'll use your good qualities against you. All right, they'll use your good heart against you. You don't think people are out to get you? Some that are. There are some that aren't. There's some that are. But you just can't think that no, there aren't people that are trying to stop you. There's some people it's their purpose to try to stop you from going after yours, to try to stop you from living yours. And you can't let them do that. And it's best to just keep certain things to yourself. And it's best to stay away from people who try to doubt you. All right. If if you feel that you can't be confident around someone, if you feel that somebody is feeling some type of way about your self-esteem, or they're trying to destroy your self-esteem, you gotta watch out for that. That's a dangerous person. They're dangerous to your success. They're dangerous to your mental health. If a person feels so bad about themselves, they're not gonna go after anything in life. All right. If a person feels so low, they're not going to feel that they can do anything. They're not going to think that they could be good at anything. And that person that's being negative to them, that narcissist, is going to become their everything. And when you go to them and you run things by them because you think you have somebody in your corner, because that's what they fooled you and tricked you to believe, you don't. All you have is somebody that's going to instill fear in you and try to tell you, no, you shouldn't do that. No, I don't think that'll work out for you. It's because they don't want to see anything good happen to you in your life. They're jealous of you. They have hatred towards you. Why would they want to see anything positive happen for you? A sign is that if you don't see any positive things happening for other people, if you see that somebody is ultra negative, you got to watch out for that, because your confidence is a threat to them, and anything that's a threat to them, they have to destroy, even if it's attached to you. Even if you think, oh, this is so and so, oh, that's my this, or this is that, or that's baby, people will try to tear you down and make you think unhighly of yourself. Everybody is supposed to think highly of themselves. Everybody is supposed to have self-esteem. But there are people who don't work on themselves who don't. And it's better for them to just try to stop other people instead of build themselves up. It's better for them to tear others down. And they will use that doubt to do that. If you're doubting yourself and you keep having to go back to them, you keep having to question yourself, well, I think I could do that. You'll doubt. When you second guess yourself, that's doubt. If they can cause you to second guess yourself, they can cause you to not go after your goals. They can cause you to give up. They put enough fear into you where you think if you go out and try to take on your world, or take on this or take on that, they could possibly end up making you think that bad things are going to happen. And there are some people who actually think that, and they have to go through a process of changing their mind and finding something within themselves that rejects and puts what that person told them in the category, in the disbelief category, instead of the I believe that category. You can't go believing what somebody says when they don't have good intentions for you, because it's going to hold you back. You don't want to be held back by anybody. You don't want to give the power to anybody to hold you back. But there are some people who they have a desire for power over other people. Instead of having a desire for power over their world, they rather bring other people down and destroy them, and make them lesser than what they feel that they are. That's just a game that some people play. Not everybody, but some. And they use that doubt to bring you to your knees. So you'll keep crawling back. And every time you go to try something, every time you go to do something, every time you have an idea, every time you think you can try this or do that or have that, you'll just go run it by them. It's like black magic. It's like witchcraft. It's like a spell they put on you. I put a spell on you. It's like that. And they got you under the spell of disbelief in your own self. They have you not believing in yourself and your abilities when you're more than capable, because you have God in you. And there's nothing more powerful than that force. If you could believe in God, you can believe in yourself. The way you believe in God is the way you're supposed to be believing in yourself. Because if you believed in God if you believed in yourself the way you believed in God, you'd be able to conquer that. You'd be able to rise above that. You can rise above anything. You could do all things through Christ that strengthens you. You could rise above doubt, fear, self-hatred, hatred. You got to forgive yourself for believing these people. Yeah, yeah, you got to forgive yourself for believing what they said when they told you you couldn't do it. You got to forgive yourself for believing what they said when they told you couldn't be it. You are enough. You are enough to have that. You are enough to go be that. You can do that. Doesn't matter if they laughed at you. Doesn't matter if they made you second guess yourself. It's time to not believe those things. It's time to put those things in the garbage can. It's time to throw that stuff out. That's what they classify as stinking thinking. Those are negative thoughts. You gotta erase those out your mind. Remember chalk zone? You gotta visualize the eraser, visualize those negative thoughts, visualize that fear, visualize yourself not being able to do it, and putting it on a chalkboard and erasing it and sending it to wherever it needs to go. All right? Picture yourself doing whatever you need to be. Picture yourself being afraid as you possibly can, and picture yourself doing it anyway. They told you couldn't be it. If you feel like you can't do it, picture yourself doing it in your mind. If you feel the feeling of fear, feel as much fear as you possibly can and visualize yourself, picture yourself doing it anyway. That's how you overcome things, and that's how you master your mind and you master your vision and things like that. That's how you master the art of seeing yourself and being what you actually want to be. That's how you get over the negativity in your life that people tried to the negative seeds they tried to plant in your mind. You watered it. All they did was plant the seed. So now you have to deal with yourself and what you chose to believe in. What they said, what they did, was it wrong? Yes. Was it not right? Yes. But now you have to deal with you, because the negativity and the doubt and the disbelief is in you now. And you have to get it outside of you so that way you could go off and live your life, be happy, successful, brave, courageous, all those things that you need to live a full, happy, productive life. Because you can depend on yourself. You can count on yourself. You are capable of taking care of yourself. You don't need them or anybody. They tried to make you need them for life and make you think that you needed them, but you don't. You don't need anybody. You're able to do anything that you put your mind to. If you think it, you can do it. If you decide it, you can do it. If you see it for yourself, you can have it. If you feel yourself having it, it's already yours. Don't let people deter you from your goals and dreams. Goals and dreams are real. Why do you think you have successful people in this world? Success isn't a facade. Success isn't a fantasy. It is for some people because they just think about it and don't do anything to work towards it. But you have faith and you have works. Working on your dream, working on your dream, working on your dream. If you put it down, if you felt like you couldn't do it, this is your confirmation. This is your time to pick it back up. This is your time to start over. You can build that energy back up. It takes time to build it back up, and that's why you keep things to yourself, and this is why you stay away from people who don't want to see you win. Because it takes time to gain that faith back, to gain that trust back in yourself, especially if it's been destroyed for a very long time. If you allowed it to be destroyed for a very long time. Other people may have done things that weren't right, but you got to take accountability and you got to fix those things yourself, because they're not going to fix it. The damage is done. You gotta repair yourself. You gotta spend each and every day working on yourself, working on your mind, repairing your brain to get you back in check, to get you back on track, so you can get the things that you deserve out of life. Because you deserve some things. There's some things out there waiting for you. You gotta go get them. You gotta grab them. You got to make them come to you. You got to use the almighty power in you to go out and be what you know you can be. That's why they tried to put that doubt in you and instill that doubt in you, because that's all they had. You have a dream, you have goals, you have success. All they have is manipulation. They gave up. They don't feel that they can do it. They don't feel that they can be it. People around you trying to make you think that you can't go be anything either. Why? Because misery loves company and they want somebody to be unsuccessful with them. That's not your choice. You're choosing to become successful. You don't want to not be successful. And it's wrong for somebody to try to make you think that you can't, just because they didn't choose to do something similar to what you're doing, and they feel some type of way about what it is you're trying to do. You can't give up because of that. Some people think that if you won't be miserable with them, you don't love them. You love them, you just don't love the misery in them. You love them, you just don't want to be miserable with them. You want to go off and do something with your life because you have the feeling and the idea and the drive to go do that. Why not keep that drive alive? Why just let that drive, that energy, that potential go to waste? Why let that die inside of you? That's what other people want. That's not what you should want. You should want to get away from that so bad. You're willing to do whatever it takes because you have what it takes. You always had, and you always will. You're powerful than that doubt they try to instill in you. You're more powerful than the second guessing. You're more powerful than low self-esteem. You're more powerful than lack of confidence. That's what the affirmations are for. You build yourself back up. They tore you down. Now you got to cut them out of the equation. You got to build yourself back up. You got to speak to yourself in a way that you will allow you to see yourself getting what you want and winning in life and becoming what you want to be. They try to destroy you, but you still have a shot. You still have a chance to pick yourself back up and turn yourself into something and do something with your life. They try to destroy you. Well, guess what? If you're still breathing, you're still achieving. As simple as that sounds, you go through some things, it'll be more real to you. I remember that song "Smile, Smile" with Duval Snoop Dogg came out. He said, "If you're breathing, you're achieving." I'm like, it was so simple. It just went over my head. Now, that's something that you'll hold on to. If you are still breathing, you are achieving. What they didn't stop you. What they did, it didn't take you out. It didn't make you stop. It didn't make you quit. It didn't make you give up. That self-doubt is a monster. You got to fight it. You got to kill it. You got to kill that self-doubt. You got to destroy it. And how you kill it is with positive affirmations and reinforcing positive thoughts in your mind, planting positive seeds in your mind. They plant some negative seeds, you plant some positive seeds, and you could pick up all the seeds that they planted are just weeds. It's like you're tilling your garden. It's like you're tilling a garden. That's why the Bible says, "He who tills his land shall have plenty of bread. He who works on his mind will have plenty money." As Meek said, plenty money. You work on your mind, you're going to have plenty money. You have so much money, you're not even going to know what to do with. All because you chose to work on your mind and not leave yourself behind. Y'all know what I want to say. You chose not to leave your dream behind. You chose not to leave your confidence behind. You chose to rise above all that. They tried to bring you down. You ripped their hands off. You broke the claws off of all the crabs and said, "You know what? I still have a chance." Crabs in a bucket, you done broke the claws off of them. Can't even pinch you no more. They just nubbing you. Now's the time to keep working on things and keep improving and become who you really want to be. Because you don't want to let time pass by and be pointing a finger at this one and that one. when all you had to do was work on yourself at that point. It comes a point where you recognize what people do, you recognize them for who they are, and you say, you know what, I'm still going to change my life. I'm still going to work on myself and work on my mind, and I'm going to undo what you tried to do. If they did it, undo it. You can, if they try to break you down, you can fix yourself back up. You know how people take those cars and they're a little rusty. The car might not have this, it might not have that. You might got to import some parts. All right, you might have to import some positive ideas in yourself. You may be a little rusty, but guess what? You work on that car. People would take a dump. People would take a wreck and turn it into a hot rod, turn it back into a classic car. They restore it. And that's basically what you do when you're renewing your mind. You're restoring your mind. When you renew your mind, you restore your health. You restore your physical health, your mental health. All right. You restore everything about yourself, your cells, everything. You're turning yourself back into what you were meant to be in the first place and what you would have been if they left you alone. But life has it so. We go through things and we come out of them bigger, better, and stronger. They may have tried to hit you with the doubt mindset. They may have tried to put you in disbelief of what you can do and the things the things you can achieve. So what? You got to move past that. You can't just stay there in a state of disbelief. You can't just stay there in a state of doubting yourself just because that's what they want you to do. They tried to force it on you. They tried to make you see yourself a certain way. Unsee yourself that way. See yourself a different way. Instead of focusing on how they see you and what they wanted to see you as, how do you see yourself? And you should see yourself how God sees you, through the eyes of God, not through the eyes of somebody else's vision of you, which is causing you to have self-doubt. They want to keep you in a state of disbelief. You got to see yourself through the eyes of God. That will renew your mind. That will restore your soul. That will restore your vision that you have for yourself, of yourself. It'll make you into a brand new person. You'll be a brand new man and a brand new woman. See yourself the way God sees you, not the way man sees you. Man will try to put limitations on your life. Will try to put limitations on you. Can't allow that. Nobody's version of you is going to be better or more successful than your version of you. Don't accept their version of you. That's their version of you, which is really a reflection of the version of themselves. They don't see you that way. They see themselves that way. They see themselves as incapable. They see themselves as something to laugh at. They see themselves as somebody that can't do it. Don't let them play you anymore. You got to play this game a little different. You got to put in some work on yourself. You're going to have to change the way you think. It's going to take some time. Those negative thoughts will still be there. They're going to try to pop themselves back up. But as soon as they do, you kick them out. As soon as they try to come back in, hey, you hear me knocking? Let me in. No, you got to go. You can't eat here. You can't feed on my mental energy. Doubt, you cannot feed on my mental energy. Fear, you cannot feed on my mental energy. Hate, you cannot feed on my mental energy. Worry, you cannot feed on my mental energy. The power of God in me says no. You got to go. You got to keep working on yourself no matter what, especially when you done been through some things. You can't just leave yourself like that. You can't just leave yourself all broken and stuff like that. You gotta fix yourself back up, and it's possible. You can do it. You could fix a broken mindset. You could fix a doubt mindset into a believe mindset, into an achieve mindset. These things sound simple, but they're profound. All right, these things sound cliche, but they're profound. If you sit on them, if you keep saying them to yourself, if you keep them in the back of your mind, keep it floating around your mind, one day you'll find a meaning in it. And I suggest that day be today. Start now. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash that like button, smash that share button, and don't you forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Keep believing in yourself so you could get to where you want in life, because that's the goal. Peace out.